Hi everyone. So this reading is going to be for anyone who's trying to connect to spirit, trying to connect to your intuition, but maybe you're not sure about exactly how to do that or what your next steps should be, what your actions should be. So we're just going to try to get you some guidance for any one of you who feels like you're being called to do something, but you can't quite figure it out. So I'm going to do a 5-card spread, and each position is going to represent something different. So this position is, what are you being called to do? What messages are trying to come in? What actions can you take? Who supports you? So this is going to be the people around you who want to support your soul's journey. And then this is just going to be some overall advice and guidance. So for each of these positions, I'm going to pull a Prism Oracle card. And then finally, we'll do one archetype card for each of these positions, and then we will get right into it. One more shuffle. Okay, so starting with this first position here, this is, what are you being called to do? So we have death, strength, and the Father. So the Father and strength coming together this to me is about discipline. The Father card is about structure, it's about order. It can also be some kind of advocacy, love, unconditional love. But it feels to me like you're really being called to let something go, even though it might be requiring your strength in order to do that, because we see strength and death here. But I do get the sense that it is going to take some amount of your discipline to let this go, whatever this is that you're being called to do. So it's possible in this case that Spirit is really asking you to release something, to let something go, even though it might be hard, even though it's going to require some discipline, but you're doing it in love, is what this is really coming strongly through to say. There is an aspect of your root chakra coming in here too. So there could be some attachment, maybe from childhood, having to do with your father. Maybe this is your father that you're being called to really forgive and release. Perhaps that's not going to be for everyone. But it's this strong, it's almost like it feels like you're in survival mode when it comes to something or someone in your energy. So you're being asked to put an end to that. Let it transform you, but also put a complete and final end to it. The death is about positive change. Death is about putting a complete and irreversible ending to something that we don't need anymore. And so that we can ascend, so that we can transform, so that we can evolve and be free of whatever this survival mode is that we might be in. So let's move on to what messages are trying to come in. There it is, that 8 of Cups. That's about releasing something. That's about seeking something else. There's comfort and the vision. So the messages that are really strongly trying to come through into your intuition right now support this overall idea of releasing something. The 8 of Cups is about going in a forward direction because you don't need these 8 cups anymore. So it's the same idea of releasing it so that you can ascend, so that you can move on. This vision card is saying we're trying to give you the clarity and the truth in this situation. We're trying to be able to compassionately guide you and give you the wisdom that you need to know that your comfort, your actual comfort, is going to come in whatever this was. You're going to release that. And that's where your heart chakra is going to really open with self-love. And that's where your comfort is going to come from. So perhaps you are attached to other people. And this is just a random example, but make this part make sense for you. But use this example so you understand my point. That if you are attached to other people, other people's opinions, if that's the thing you need to release and let go of so that you can have more self-love, you can be clear about what's happening with you, and you can have those revelations that you need to have that come through your wisdom, that come through spirit, which is what we're talking about. We're talking about what is spirit trying to tell you? If you're trying to connect to them, this is what they're trying to tell you: to move on, seek something else, use your wisdom, because that's where the real comfort lies. And you don't have to remain in this survival mode anymore of being able to be in situations that you can't control anyway. The root chakra is about strengthening your roots so that you don't have to be in survival mode and you don't have to rely on other people. So that's what this is really strongly coming through, that it feels like spirit's trying to tell you. So these are the actions that you can take. So there's the Three of Swords, energy, and the Hunter. So the Hunter is about focus. It's about determination. It's about knowing what your goal is. So what this is, so the Eight of Cups is about not knowing where you're going. It's about leaving something. But the Hunter is about knowing exactly where you're going. So it feels to me like the actions that you can take are to get a goal set for yourself before you even leave this situation, before you release this, before you let it go, before you transcend, before you evolve. You can get a plan. This Three of Swords here is the motivator for you to do that. The broken heart is the way that you're going to express your goals. That if this is the person who keeps breaking my heart over and over and over again, I can express myself with my sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is all about creation. And this is about energy. It's saying be motivated to move forward. It's that wands energy, that spirit energy, that the actions that you can take are really putting your full faith and confidence in yourself and in the universe, because that's what this entire spread is about. And getting a goal set for yourself, saying, I'm not going to allow this person to continue to break my heart with those three swords. I'm going to find something else and start making a plan to do just that, because spirit is asking you to use your inner wisdom and move away from this. So get a plan is what this is saying. Create some sort of alternate reality for yourself. Think about what your future could look like. What if types of questions that you could ask yourself. What if I move away from this person? What does that look like? And those are the actions you can take right now. So this is who supports me. I'm under the impression there is someone or something here that is not supporting you. So this is going to tell us who does actually support you. So there's the Six of Swords. I love that there. Movement and the fault line. So this is more heart chakra energy, first of all, but the Six of Swords is the card of escape. And you can see that there is a person who is moving this boat, and this woman and this child are escaping something, because you can see that there's rough times here, but better times ahead. This is the escape card. The sixes are often to me about guides and spirit guides, and this is exactly what we asked. So what I'm getting from this, especially because we have the fault line, this is about seeing things in a different way. This is about understanding with your heart chakra that your guides are with you all the time, and your guides are driving that boat forward. So this is who supports you. It's your guides. And this is exactly what we're asking. So I love this about this reading. Your guides with movement want to move you towards that heart chakra energy of comfort. They want to move you towards that, and they are here supporting you. And I think you're in this reading because you understand that, but maybe you just needed to hear that. Maybe you needed to hear that confirmation that your guides are really very much helping you and are very much on your side. The fault line is a new reality. It's a new way of looking at something. And I think that's another message that's coming through, is for you to really understand that your guides are here, and that really integrating that information, internalize the idea that your guides are here helping you, because we all do. We all tend to forget. We get caught up in the minutia of the 3D and our earth realm and the relationships right in front of us and our problems that we have and our struggles every day. But we can tend to forget that our guides are right there, always right there, ready to be accessed. And so I think that's what this is also saying, is look at that differently. Remind yourself every single day that you do have guides that are moving you through this and getting you out of a tricky situation. Ask for help is what this is really saying. So then this is just your final general advice and guidance. So we have the Five of Pentacles, Peace, and the Gem. So this Five of Pentacles energy is tying me back to this first position where we said it looks like you might need validation from other people. But these cards are saying that couldn't be less true, that you don't need the validation of other people. You might feel like you're on the outside of something. You may have just been broken up with or laid off or rejected in some way. Make it make sense for you. But that's what the cards are saying. Your spirit guides are really saying to you, but that's where you can find peace, is in yourself. Being on the outside, being rejected is where you do find that peace, where you can connect to yourself and connect to spirit, because you're not too busy worrying about connecting to this other person or place or thing in the 3D realm. Now you're open to receive these messages from spirit, receive your self-value, and be the gem that you are. Being left out, being rejected, whatever that is for you, is the thing that's going to help you see exactly how unique and beautiful and perfect you really are. And that's where your peace is going to come in. So this is a lot of heart chakra energy. There's a lot of self-love, self-care coming through here, understanding that you are wise, understanding you don't need this thing, getting a plan, energizing yourself into that plan, and never, ever, ever forgetting two things. One, that your spirit guides are here, and two, what a unique gem you are. And this rejection was necessary in order for you to get there. So that is the message that wants to come through from spirit. For those of you who've been trying to connect, there you go. And now just go connect to yourself and to your guides. Ask your guides for help and see what happens, because you will be amazed. So please let me know how this was resonant for you. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.